we have to have a rule that says they have to balance the budget by law. We've got it in Frankfurt. In Frankfurt, Senator Simon will tell you, they have to balance the budget by law. And it makes them all better people. On both sides of the aisle, they have to balance. Now we have to figure out a law that tells them they have to pass the budget, period. And actually, I've got a solution for that, too. I think the judge ruled incorrectly. I don't think you should spend a dime without a budget. That way, you would have a compromise within a day. How long do you think we'd go with no budget? A day or two at the most. But since they allow them to pass the money and spend the money without a budget, it can go on for long periods of time. But I say we make them. We make them balance the budget in Frankfurt. Let's make them balance the budget in Washington. A few other items, and I think it's still open to debate what the platform becomes for the Tea Party is, I think we should read the bills before we pass them. The bank bailout bill was passed at midnight, printed at midnight, 1,000 pages long, and passed by noon the next day. There were penciled edits in the bank bailout bill that hadn't even been typed in that were part of the bill. The congressmen don't see the bills. The clerks write them, the senior members write them, the lobbyists write them, but the congressmen don't see them to the bitter end and don't read them. I tell them if they want me to wait to buy a firearm, I tell them they need to wait to pass legislation. I propose they wait one day for every 20 pages. That'll keep them busy for a while, you think? 1,000-page bill would be 50 days waiting.
That's right. There'll be shorter bills.
There'll be shorter bills, or we'll wait and read the bills. They still had no idea everything that went into that health care bill.
That's right.
It was so long, 2,500 pages, that Congress thought they planned on exempting themselves, but then they were uncertain whether they have, and I think they finally decided they haven't, but they still plan on exempting themselves from the bill. 2,500 pages. Outrageous. I say also that every bill should have in it, where do you get the constitutional authority for this bill? Now, I've run through a list like this, and I don't find any of these ideas strange. I don't find any of these ideas... I don't find any of these ideas extreme. You are being depicted by the national media, not all of them, but by some, as being extremist. People are advising me, run away from the Tea Party after the primary. And I say no. What I've just presented to you are very reasonable things that I think many independents will support, many Democrats will support, and we do not have to compromise our principles. We have to present that our message is very reasonable, and that what is extreme is a government that runs a $2 trillion deficit. That is what is extreme. Today we've had a full day in town. We left the house at 7 o'clock this morning, and we probably won't get home till 10 or 10:30 tonight. We've gone door to door this afternoon. We're going to be back in Louisville on Saturday. We hope you'll come. We have a rally. That's our last trip to Louisville. And it will be at 1 o'clock. And
10 a.m.
Oh, I thought it was 11 a.m. actually, now I think of it. 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. I want to revise and extend my remarks. 10 a.m. at the Napa River Grill. We'd love for you to come out. It helps to, have a crowd like this, and if we can get a big crowd for that day, that'll be nice. That'll be our last event in Louisville. We've been going at breakneck speed. Throughout all of this, I still work because my wife said, "Don't quit your day job." But I've tried to make amends for that. And when I was on Mandy's show today, they asked me for the worst song ever, and I said, I'll only do it if I can dedicate a song to my wife. And so I dedicated a song today called Ain't No Sunshine When You're Gone.
Oh,
And
great
that was kind
song.
of nice. I've never done anything. I'm not really that sweet or fuzzy. But that was kind of nice, and I told her, so I got some points for being away all day today. My family has helped a lot with this. I have 3 boys. We did 1,500 miles in a bus all around Kentucky. We've met great people everywhere we've gone. And I think we've met a caliber of people that you don't often meet in politics. Because many of you haven't been involved in politics, and that's probably why the caliber of what type of people you are is good. Because you're not jaded by the process. You're people who came out because you think something's wrong, something's broken with our country and needs to be fixed. You don't ask me for a job. No one has asked me for a federal contract. No one has asked me and said, I'm a special interest, can you do this for me? You're part of the Leave Me Alone coalition. You're part of the small business owner who doesn't want to be taxed. You're part of the regular taxpayer who worries that our taxes will go through the roof as the deficit rises. You are part of the worried citizenry that I believe has spontaneously arisen in this country and will have a large influence. This election is important, though. This election on Tuesday is important beyond just the confines of Louisville and this Tea Party tonight. If we win, it will be a national message and a referendum on the Tea Party. If we lose, it'll be a national referendum, for better or worse, that we weren't strong enough. So we're a big group here tonight, but everybody here tonight needs to get 5 more people to vote for us on Tuesday. If you will do that, we can win. It's coming. The polls look good, but do not take it for granted. Please come out and help me on Tuesday, and I appreciate you very much, and thank you very much for having me.
On behalf of Ram and the entire campaign staff, it's difficult for me to tell you how deeply I appreciate this.